Getting from there to here, it's been a long time.
Cam, it's a Star Trek controversy that just won't die. That Star Trek Enterprise theme song, Where My Heart Will Take Me. It is not actually called Faith of the Heart, Cam.
That's right.
But why is it like this song, we just can't hate it enough? Why are Star Trek fans still obsessed with, let's be honest, one of the lamest dad rock songs you could ever imagine going on to any sort of series, not just Star Trek?
I think it's because of repetition. Okay, so say like a James Bond movie, they have different songs every movie, right? And say you get the last one, Spectre, which had that Sam Smith song, it's terrible. That's one movie. You go on to the next Bond movie, you're like, I like that one. Whereas Enterprise, you're stuck with it every single week for 4 seasons.
Yeah, but it's also, okay, it's a bad song.
Yeah.
Do you think like they just messed up doing like a pop song altogether? Do you think that was a fundamentally flawed thing? Or do you think they could have like done like a hip, cool pop song that would have had some enduring quality to it? They just picked the wrong one.
They wanted A Beautiful Day by U2, and they went with this one, which was a Rod Stewart original from the Patch Adams soundtrack. I think that says all. I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, Patch Adams. But I mean, yeah.
It's decidedly uncool, though. And
totally,
like it sounds like that. It's just like it sounds like a Rod Stewart song, though.
It does. And I think if you're going to do it with a pop song, it's weird to me to pick something that feels like this isn't like Rod Stewart in his prime even. Like this is later career Rod Stewart. It's not like he's at a point in time where he's appealing to younger demographics or even like 30-somethings. Like this is very much a period where he's playing to the older folks. And so it's
it's not actually Rod Stewart that's singing this.
No,
though.
but he composed it.
Well, it was Diane Warren who actually wrote this.
That's true.
What is it? You have the inspiration of Rod Stewart coming out of this. And
Yes.
this has a very Rod Stewart vibe from the singer there, Russell. I'm blanking on your last name, sir. But it's just a decidedly uncool song. People still mock it to its day. It feels like something that was played at a junior high dance in like the 1980s. And we're like, come on, we could have done something better. And they actually had the option to do that. You mentioned U2. I think that's a very expensive prospect to have to license that for a long time. But we also had the opportunity, if you listen to the end credits of Star Trek Enterprise, that was actually dispatched or deployed by the Paramounts to Dennis McCarthy. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, we want you to write a theme song for the title sequence. He came up with that. It's now at the end credits, though.
Right.
I think it's actually a pretty nice song. It is inspirational. It's in the whole orchestral sort of movement. Yeah. It feels very Star Trek, whereas this...
It does. And like Diane Warren is very of that time. Like her music... I mean, like, this is, the Armageddon song that Aerosmith did. She had a few numbers at this point, too. But, like, they feel very adult, contemporary, easy listening. Which, when you're creating a new Star Trek show that... There's a lot of, like, attempts throughout the Broken Bow and the ensuing Star Trek series to try to grab a younger market, right? And, like, that's not the way you would do that.
Okay,
it's fundamentally, like, flawed. And the song itself just sounds... I mean, it sounds like a bunch of older guys in a room coming up with, like, what are the kids like these days?
But Cam, it's been almost 20 years at this point.
So why does it endure?
Yeah, do you know any other TV shows that have had this much ridicule over, like, their theme song, though? Like, I can't think of any, though. Is it just fundamentally the most uncool song they could have ever picked? And especially just goes with a hardcore fan base that, let's be honest... There's some Star Trek fans, they like to nitpick,
Really?
Really, I know.
But it also is so just tonally weird when paired off with, like, the content of an episode of Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
Like, you will have, like, a teaser featuring, like, Suliban intrigue cut to that song. And you're just like, whoa, like, this is tonal whiplash going on.
Yeah.
It's very strange. And I think that's part of it, too, is that... even if you say you don't like the Voyager theme, okay? It is of a piece with the tone of the show. Whereas this is just like, huh?
Yeah. So, Rod Stewart, hats off to you. I guess we can look forward to you composing the Star Trek Picard theme next.
Please, God.